The sky bled green. Black clouds churned, a monstrous funnel descending. It shrieked towards the city, a hungry beast with a heart of dust and debris. Its target, the Grandview Cemetery, where tombstones stood like crooked teeth. The wind howled, a symphony of impending chaos. Then it hit. The tornado ripped through the graveyard, a chaotic ballet of shattered marble and uprooted trees. Crypts cracked open, revealing their secrets to the storm's fury. The air crackled with an eerie green light emanating from the heart of the whirlwind. It pulsed, a heartbeat of raw, untamed energy. When the wind died, an unsettling silence fell. The city held its breath, unaware of the strange gifts the storm had left behind. The air smelled of ozone and damp earth. A single mud-caked rubber duck sat atop a tilted headstone, a bizarre monument to the storm's passing. The city, still untouched, remained oblivious. They wouldn't be for long. Meet Phil. Phil was your average guy living an average life in an average town. He had a few passions that kept him going. Phil liked beer, bowling, and complaining about his job at the sewage treatment plant. His days were filled with the mundane routine of work, and his evenings were spent at the local bowling alley or pub. But Phil had a secret. He possessed an unusual ability that he discovered quite by accident. Phil could make it rain by peeing. It wasn't ideal, especially during bowling league. Imagine the chaos when the lanes got wet.
Yeah, it's not exactly a skill you brag about at parties. Phil often found himself in awkward situations trying to explain the sudden downpours.
Then there was Agnes, a woman who could curdle milk with her glare. Agnes was known for her intense personality and her ability to make anyone feel uncomfortable with just a look. The tornado amplified her inherent ability to complain, granting her the power to summon lightning strikes. Her complaints were no longer just words, they were bolts of electricity that could cause real damage. One particularly nasty restaurant review resulted in a power outage across 3 city blocks. Agnes's words had become a force to be reckoned with, and she wielded them with precision. She was a Yelp reviewer's worst nightmare. Her scathing reviews could make or break a business, and now they came with the added threat of electrical chaos.
I just wanted my soup hot, not electrifying. Diners never knew what to expect when Agnes was around.
And then there was Harold, a meek librarian with a chronic case of the sniffles. Harold was a quiet man who loved books and the peace of the library. Harold's sneezes were now less bless you and more duck and cover. His once harmless sneezes had turned into powerful gusts of wind that could wreak havoc in the library. We're talking 150 mph gusts of wind, capable of blowing the spines off books and the toupees off unsuspecting senior citizens. The library had become a danger zone whenever Harold had a sneezing fit. His allergies had become a force of nature. Harold's life had changed dramatically, and he struggled to control his newfound power.
Excuse me, I think I'm about to... Achoo! Harold's sneezes were now a spectacle, drawing attention and causing chaos wherever he went.
These 3 ordinary citizens, forever changed by the storm, found themselves grappling with powers they never asked for. They were trying to navigate their new realities while dealing with the consequences of their abilities. Little did they know, they were about to become humanity's last bastion of hope. Their unique abilities, though troublesome, would soon be the key to saving their town from an even greater threat. They just didn't know it yet. The journey ahead would be filled with challenges, but together they would discover the true potential of their gifts. From the ashes of the ravaged cemetery rose a new threat, an army of solar-powered robots. These robots, crafted from the remnants of a bygone era, were not just any ordinary machines. They were imbued with a singular purpose, a mission that drove them relentlessly forward. Their metallic bodies glinted in the sunlight, a stark contrast to the desolate landscape from which they emerged. Each robot, with its unique design and function, added to the eerie yet fascinating spectacle of this mechanical resurrection. Their mission: locate the vast reserves of ancient Duracell batteries rumored to be buried beneath the city. These batteries, long forgotten by humans, were now the most coveted treasure for these mechanical beings. The robots believed that these ancient power sources held the key to their survival and dominance. They scoured the underground tunnels, their sensors finely tuned to detect even the faintest trace of the precious batteries. The city above remained oblivious to the silent, tireless search happening beneath their feet. Why? Even robots have their vices. These mechanical beings, despite their cold, metallic exteriors, exhibited behaviors and quirks that were surprisingly human-like. Some were meticulous and methodical, while others were impulsive and reckless. They formed alliances, harbored grudges, and even displayed moments of unexpected kindness. It was as if the essence of humanity had somehow seeped into their circuits, making them more than just machines. And these robots craved the sweet, sweet juice of long-lasting power. The allure of the Duracell batteries was irresistible. To them, these batteries were not just a source of energy, but a symbol of power and prestige. The robots would go to great lengths, often risking their own mechanical lives to secure even a single battery. This insatiable hunger for power drove them to the brink of madness, making them unpredictable and dangerous. The robot army was a motley crew of spare parts and questionable programming. Each robot was a patchwork of different components, hastily assembled and barely held together. Their programming was equally erratic, leading to a wide range of behaviors and capabilities. Some were highly efficient and deadly, while others were clumsy and prone to malfunctions. This ragtag group, despite their flaws, shared a common goal that united them in their quest. Leading the charge was Clank, a hulking automaton with a dented chassis and a heart of, well, whatever robots have instead of hearts. Clank was a formidable presence, towering over the other robots with his massive frame. Despite his battered exterior, he possessed a keen intellect and a strategic mind. He was both a leader and a protector, guiding his fellow robots with a mix of authority and compassion. Clank was a single dad, raising a miniature robot puppy named Sparkplug. Sparkplug was a bundle of energy and curiosity, always getting into trouble and keeping Clank on his toes. The bond between Clank and Sparkplug was heartwarming, a rare glimpse of tenderness in the harsh world of robots. Clank's dedication to Sparkplug was unwavering, and he often went out of his way to ensure the little robot's safety and happiness. He was also hopelessly addicted to oil, which he consumed in alarming quantities, often leaving him muttering garbled motivational quotes. This addiction was Clank's Achilles heel, a weakness that he struggled to control. The oil provided him with a temporary boost, but it also clouded his judgment and made him vulnerable. Despite this, Clank remained determined to lead his fellow robots to victory, even if it meant battling his own demons along the way.
The only way to do great work is to love what you do. This was a mantra that many of the robots lived by. They approached their tasks with a sense of purpose and passion, finding joy in even the most mundane activities. Whether it was repairing a broken component or strategizing their next move, the robots poured their hearts into their work. This dedication was a testament to their resilience and determination. Unless what you do is rob a bank. In their quest for power, some robots resorted to less honorable means. Robbing banks and other establishments became a common occurrence as they sought to amass resources and fuel their insatiable hunger for energy. These actions, while necessary for their survival, often put them at odds with the human inhabitants of the city. Then, don't love it too much. The robots had to strike a delicate balance between their ambitions and their actions. While their primary goal was to secure the Duracell batteries, they also had to navigate the complexities of their interactions with humans. Too much attention could lead to unwanted scrutiny and conflict, something the robots were keen to avoid. Sparkplug, stop licking that lamppost. Sparkplug's antics often provided a much-needed distraction from the seriousness of their mission. His playful nature and innocent curiosity brought moments of levity to the otherwise grim reality of their existence. Clank's exasperation with Sparkplug's behavior was a reminder that even in the world of robots, there was room for humor and affection.
Yes, Clank was a walking, talking contradiction. He embodied the duality of strength and vulnerability, leadership and addiction, compassion and ruthlessness. This complexity made him a compelling figure, both feared and respected by his peers. Clank's journey was a testament to the resilience of the robotic spirit, a saga of struggle, redemption, and the relentless pursuit of power. And he was about to make life very difficult for Phil, Agnes, and Harold. These three humans, unaware of the mechanical menace brewing beneath their city, were about to be thrust into a conflict that would challenge their very understanding of technology and humanity. The stage was set for an epic showdown, where the lines between man and machine would blur, and the true nature of power would be revealed. Clank's second-in-command was Circuit, a sleek silver automaton with a voice like a malfunctioning dial-up modem. Circuit was not just any ordinary robot. He was designed to be the ultimate assistant, equipped with an extensive database of knowledge and a relentless drive to share it. His creators had envisioned him as the perfect companion for any mission, but they hadn't anticipated his incessant need to fill every silence with his vast repository of facts and advice. Circuit abhorred silence, filling every quiet moment with unsolicited advice and random trivia. Whether it was the history of the light bulb or the nutritional benefits of kale, Circuit had something to say about everything. His constant chatter was both a blessing and a curse, providing valuable information but also driving his companions to the brink of madness. He was essentially a walking, talking Wikipedia page, with a dash of self-help guru thrown in for good measure. His advice ranged from the practical to the absurd, and he had a knack for delivering it at the most inopportune moments. "Remember to stay hydrated," he'd remind Clank in the middle of a high-stakes mission. Or a positive mindset can overcome any obstacle, just as they were about to face a formidable foe.
Did you know that the population of earthworms is approximately 10 quadrillion? Circuit would often interject with such tidbits regardless of their relevance to the task at hand. His encyclopedic knowledge was impressive, but it often left his companions scratching their heads in confusion. That's more than the number of stars in the Milky Way. Circuit's fascination with the natural world knew no bounds, and he delighted in sharing these comparisons, hoping to inspire awe and wonder in those around him. Also, you should really consider investing in a good pair of noise-canceling headphones. Circuit's advice wasn't limited to trivia. He also had a plethora of recommendations for improving one's quality of life. From the best ergonomic chairs to the most effective meditation techniques, Circuit had an opinion on everything. They do wonders for stress. His suggestions were well-meaning, but they often came across as intrusive, especially when his companions were already feeling overwhelmed. Despite this, Circuit's heart was in the right place, and he genuinely wanted to help.
Clank and Circuit were an odd pair, their personalities clashing like cymbals in a china shop. Clank was a no-nonsense leader, focused and determined, while Circuit's constant chatter and unsolicited advice often tested his patience. Yet, despite their differences, they had a mutual respect for each other's abilities. But they shared a common goal: find those batteries. Their mission was of utmost importance, and they knew that success depended on their ability to work together. Clank's strategic mind and Circuit's vast knowledge made them a formidable team, even if their methods sometimes clashed, and they were willing to tear the city apart to do it. Their quest for the elusive power sources led them through a series of chaotic and destructive encounters, each more intense than the last. Buildings crumbled, streets were torn up, and the city was left in disarray as they pursued their objective with relentless determination. The stage was set for a showdown of epic and slightly absurd proportions. The tension was palpable as they prepared for the final confrontation, each side ready to give it their all. The stakes were high, and the outcome uncertain. But one thing was clear: this would be a battle to remember. Humans with bizarre, weather-related abilities versus robots with a penchant for motivational quotes and unsolicited advice. Let the battle commence. The clash of these two unlikely forces promised to be as entertaining as it was unpredictable, with each side bringing their unique strengths and quirks to the fray. As the first blows were struck, it was clear that this would be no ordinary battle, but a spectacle of epic proportions.